Mobile devices are so commonplace these days. You might be watching this training on one right now. And with all of this portable power, there are loads of apps that can really help you out on set. In course number 3 in this series on pre-production, we looked at 2 of my favorites, Shot Designer, which we saw earlier in this course, and Movie Slate. Although there are several great Slate apps out there as well. Another one of the best benefits of Shot Designer is that there's a viewfinder which allows you to change the camera of your mobile device to replicate the field of view of different lenses from different cameras. So while you're out location scouting, for example, or setting up for a shot, you can know what a Canon 7D would look like with an 85mm lens, or what a Red Epic would look like with a 35mm lens. There are also dedicated apps that do only this, but they tend to be expensive. Another one of the apps I use most is called Pocket Light Meter, which was a free app. Although it's not as accurate as a real light meter, it's also hundreds of dollars cheaper than a real light meter, and actually does a pretty great job. You can input your ISO and shutter speed, and then hold up your mobile device over the area you want to expose for, and the app will give you real-time feedback of what your aperture needs to be to get a proper exposure. It also gives you a readout of what the color temperature is, which can be helpful for setting the white balance of your camera manually or for adjusting the temperature of different lights or areas in the shot. If you can't find this particular app, there are several of these types of apps available on various platforms. Now, these are the ones I personally use the most often, but there are tons of apps out there for all kinds of issues and workflows. There are depth of field calculators, so you can get specific about the range of focus for your subject. There are apps that help you figure out exactly what the sun will be doing at different locations at different points of the day. I didn't know about these when filming the Assurance, but they could have really helped out with all of our outdoor shooting. There's the free Sol app, or the much more powerful but also $30 Helios app. In the upcoming course on visual effects, we'll look at Green Screener. That app can help you check the quality of your green screen so we can see how well it will key out in post. Now, if you use your mobile device to actually film movies or location scouts, you might benefit from an app like Filmic Pro that uses the video camera on your device but also allows you to access a lot more of its settings, such as the frame rate. The iPhone, for example, shoots video at 30 frames per second. But with Filmic Pro, you can adjust that to shoot at a more cinematic 24 frames per second. By the time you watch this training, there might be new apps available that give your mobile devices even more power. And with all of the interesting tech in mobile devices these days, the gyroscopes, the cameras, the barometers, and so forth, that combined with their availability and portability, they are bound to play an increasingly larger role in independent filmmaking as time goes on.